Hey, what's up, guys? It's Gun Thug, and you're probably looking at the screen right now, going, "Hold on, this. Wait a second. I'm pretty sure that Pharaoh Seed is not in DPP. What's going on? What am I seeing right now?" Well, I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm not a huge giant fan of honestly any of the DPP games from this week thus far. I feel like hacks played a big part. There weren't the highest quality of matches. So instead of doing one of those, I'm just going to basically live commentate on this Gen 7 LC match between my friend Senile, who, like I've already made known in this chat, has stolen my usual avatar, and Goldeneyes, another solid LC player. Now, I don't pretend to be an LC, a little cup expert by any means, but I have been reading about it. I've played a little bit. I've gotten up into the, a respectable number on the ladder. So, I feel like I'm learning a lot about this meta as I watch it, and it's fun to learn about new metagames, especially ones as intriguing as LC. It's just, it's not perfect. There's certainly imbalances. There's things that are probably kind of bullshit. I think one thing Senile was pointing out to me I thought was interesting is that if you look at the actual damage rolls on damage distribution, right, there will be a range something like 14 to 25, right? So you're thinking, okay, so it could be anything between those. But if you look at the actual rolls themselves, you have like every roll is a 14, a 14, a 14, a 14, and then you have one like lone chance to get a 25. Now that was one specific scenario, but things like that come up in Little Cup just because you're talking about level 5 Pokemon. Obviously the stats are all crunched and the numbers are crunched, and it's just going to lead to different results. Interesting results, certainly, but I can see why they'd be frustrating from some ends. So we should be getting started here pretty soon. He said a few more mins, I guess. That's coming from Senile or bugging. So I'm going to try to predict the leads. I think Senile probably leads here he could go Onyx. Although that Onyx is going to be running Taunt. Onyx has a great speed tier in this meta, and he always stays healthy with Sturdy. Usually the strategy we see on Onyx is Sturdy with Berry Juice, which really, as long as you don't come in on rocks, if you can maintain Sturdy, it gives you like 3 lives. You go down to 1%, heal back up with Berry Juice, go back down to 1%, and then it takes a third hit to kill you. So that's a good lead in this metagame. Obviously, it's going to be able to keep Pharaoh Thorn or Pharaoh Seed, from putting up hazards. So I could see that coming from him. To counter that, I mean, is Goldeneye, Goldeneye probably in a lot of his matchups on ladder, preparing with this team, is probably throwing Pharaoh Seed out there to start, to stack hazards up. But he's going to go with Pika Peck. And Senile's go. Okay, so 0 for 2 to start there on the leads. Like I said, this is not my comfort zone here, but it's still interesting to see. I mean, I wouldn't imagine this is a Volibee that sets up like the one I often use, a nasty plot Volibee. I would assume it could be scarfed. It could just be multi-purpose defensive, even with Eviolite and Defog. It is slower than Pika Peck. It is weak armor as well. So interestingly, it's going to gain that speed boost. The attack's going to go down, and it is nasty plot. Look at that. And so this is an interesting, very aggressive start here by Senile coming out of the gate. He's got the boost on the speed. He's got the boost on the special attack. He is going to get crushed by any fairy move here from Snubbull. But the question is Air Slash going to be able to do enough for Senile to stay in here and try to go for a flinch, or is he going to bounce out and try to set up Volibee again later? I can tell you that Volibee often, especially on this set, will carry Berry Juice, which kind of gives him a couple chances to set up. And you look at Goldeneye's team, he's got Pokemon that Volibee's going to be able to come into, take a hit on, and set up on. So yeah, he's going to bounce out. That's a smart move there. A crit on Grimer. Again, one of the biggest flaws with DPP, I think, is double crits. And you see how devastating a 2x crit would have been there. Instead of being at 50% health, he'd be at about, I don't know, I'm terrible with math like that. Well, okay, well, he hits him with Earthquake, so it doesn't even matter. But, I think that this is probably an Eviolite Snubbull. So he's already got his Alola Grimer out. Alola Grimer is a real thorn. He is just a very good multi-purpose sponge. It takes a ton of good attacks. I don't see a lot of special attacking prowess on Goldeneye's team, which is pretty much what Alola Grimer handles the best. So maybe not the hugest loss for Senile. If he could afford to lose something, he could probably afford to lose that. But I don't see a ton on Senile's team that is going to deal all that well with Snubbull, to be honest. He's probably going to have to chip it down and then just take it out with a Diglett or maybe a Z Earthquake from Diglett. Spritzy's going to come in. He is going to throw up a Wish, which unfortunately gives Goldeneyes a great opportunity here to throw hazards up. Now, I could certainly see an HP Fire Spritzy, so we'll see if that comes out. I'm not sure if people run Spritzy offensively, or at least semi. You know, I'm actually more of a Cottony fan when it comes to your support fairies. I think Cottony is just, with Prankster especially, it makes it incredibly powerful. There goes, let's see if I was right about the Berry Juice. Eviolite. Okay, so that is not going to be the worst thing in the world for Volibee, who, you know, he's going to need to start chipping away at Snubbull here. I think Goldeneyes kind of went a hard switch on Snubbull last time. I don't know if he'll go right back. He does go right back to him. It's going to drop his attack. I would go, yeah, you got to try to chip away at Snubbull there. So you've already got a nice chunk of Snubbull's health away. I think that's going to be very helpful because, I mean, 40% coming off a non-stab Heat Wave without boosts tells you that a +2 Air Slash is going to just decimate right now. Even a +1 Air Slash, honestly, would have been probably worth trying there, you know, with the +0 Air Slash. I'll go to Spritzy. You'll see Spritzy heavily invested in defense. He takes that play rough from Snubbull with ease. So, you know, I'd still say this is anyone's game. I mean, I would say, especially with Spritzy that's got Wish, he's going to be able to keep that Volibee healed up. I do think that his team, Goldeneyes team in general, is very susceptible to that Volibee, especially if it gets that +2 boost. Here's Wingull. Now, this is where I would love to have a little Grimer. He's going to be able to switch in on this Wingull pretty well. If this is a standard Wingull set, I think me and Zebra were talking about this yesterday, it's probably running sub, potentially defog. So if he gets a sub up, no, he's going to run, maybe it's a, I couldn't tell you what kind of Wingull is going to rock U-turn. I mean, I know it's got 19 speed. It's a very good speed tier. But I don't know. And I will say one thing that's unfortunate about me doing this commentary is that because the screen recording software is on top of the screen, I actually cannot scroll over anything, which means I can't see their stats and stuff like that. So I'm flying blind here. I may completely be wrong about Pokemon stats, so certainly, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. He's going to, all right, we got to protect here. This is just a all-out attacking Wingull, it looks like. I run Berry Juice on my Wingull as well. I think it's one of those mons that can survive a lot of moves. It's fast. It can sub down to Berry Juice range, get back up to full health. So I like Berry Juice on Wingull. He may be running Lum or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It doesn't look like it took that Moonblast like an Eviolite Wingull. So I honestly don't know what he's running here, but we'll see if he's going to leave it into die. Oh, it is a Z Wingull. He's going to go with the Supersonic Size Crack. So even that's not going to break through the Spritzy. He's probably going to need Hurricane. No, he just needs to Scald, although he's going to go out, bounce out, and expect the Protect there. That's a good play by Goldeneyes. But in the end, though, I would say he won the battle, lost the war, because Senile got him to burn his Z Stone, which that's once per match, obviously, for those of you who may not be as familiar with Gen 7. So that's one big threat out of the way for Senile. There's an Iron Head on Volibee. He's going to get his boost again. And at this point, Snubbull no longer becomes a valid switch-in. He's going to go to Snubbull. Senile is going to Nasty. Oh, he's going to Heat Wave again. And I think... Oh, he triggers the Berry Juice. I would have Nasty Plotted there. Why not Nasty Plot? Unless you think that Ferroseed's rocking Gyro Ball, which I don't even know if it gets, to be honest. I don't... Ugh. Did someone... Yeah, Zebra. Zebra called it too. I'm with you, Zeb. I would agree that was a questionable... I wasn't 100% sure he'd switch. Well, okay, so Kimmy makes a good point. I mean, if that was a Thunderwave Pharaoh, then at that point it's over. So he basically is back at square one here with his Volibee, and I mean he can go Spritzy again here. So really he hasn't really lost this yet. Second Iron Head would have done too much. Q would have sucked. So I like to hear from the gallery a little bit, especially in a metagame that I'm not that familiar with. This has been a solid match so far. It's not shaping up to be a super quick LC match, which was, to be honest, kind of what I was hoping for with this video. You know, certainly if I was doing one of my usual commentaries on a replay, I would be paused for this long unless, you know, my cat had spilled something on my keyboard or something. So You know, I apologize for the delay here. He is missing Eviolite. I will say, I will admit that. Plus the defense drop. He does have the +2 speed right here, though. I mean, if you were to go for an air/flinch, I would reckon it 2-hit KOs because Heat Wave did 40% earlier. I just want to. I'm just pretty sure that it's going to 2-hit KO in that regard. Oh, hey, if I just went and clicked on the tab and look, I can scroll over now. So how about that? So he takes, see, I love that with Snubbull. He often doesn't even, he uses his berry juice and then he runs Thief to take the other Pokemon's item. That's fantastic. I love that kind of stuff in LC. You love to see little quirks like that. And now all of a sudden you have a very bulky Snubbull. So I think that all of a sudden Volbee's going to have a much harder time breaking through. Now, when do we see hazards go up here for Ferroseed? When do we see Spikes lane? Because if he can get one layer of spikes down, then that's going to break Onix's sturdy and make his job a lot better later. Covet, Spritzy, is that a real thing? 2 out of 10, nice. So Volbee's going to come back in. There go the rocks. I mean, I don't think we're going to see Defog on a Nasty Plot Volbee. I think we're more likely to see. I don't know if. Well, I mean, he doesn't really have any other form of what I would call hazard control. So he's going to have to just let Onix. Now, Onix does have some opposition here that he could potentially still get Berry Juice to trigger with. See, okay, so now we're talking, ooh, that was a big burn from Heat Wave there. That's because, as I said, I mean, you're seeing Snubbull take that Heat Wave a lot better. All of a sudden, not quite as threatened by Volibee if it does get the setup. But that burn's going to do a lot there because Volibee is not even minus defense at this point. So he could probably stay in and try to play rough here to set up or to air slash, and that's going to really. I don't know if it's probably too early at this point to set up again because you really only got one more chance to set up. You're missing Eviolite. It's going to be harder and harder for Spritzy to pass you a Wish with rocks up, especially. So, you know, I don't know if you want to burn your chance to set up here. He is going to set up. He's going to take the play rough. It's going to do about 50%. He's now a +2 special attack, +2 speed. Here's my issue. I don't know that a +2 air. But I guess +2 air slash kills here. I guess, right? I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know, folks. We will wait anxiously and see. It does. Okay, so and I guess I could have calced it too, but so this is a scary situation. Goldeneyes, I think, right when this Volibee led this match off, had to be worried at some point that he'd be staring down the barrel of this again. He's now lost Snubbull, which seemed to be his go-to switch-in for Volibee, and I think he's definitely on his back foot. I mean, you can't bring in Ferroseed, it gets 1 hit. You can't bring in Timber, Conkeldurr's pre-evo, it gets 1 hit. Excadrill, I highly doubt is going to be, Drillbur isn't probably going to be able to do much here, because usually Volibee is rocking something in that last slot to hit ground types, because Heat Wave, you know, maybe something like HP Grass. I think that's for your Omanite and your Kabuto, because Air Slash and Heat Wave are both resist. So let's see. I mean, Pika Peck is not going to outspeed. It might be Scarf, but it's not going to outspeed. Wingull is definitely not Scarf, so it's not going to outspeed. It's going to be 1 hit. It's only at 16% anyways. I'd call this match over. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. I think that Nasty Plot Volibee is kind of, once it got past Snubbull, the game was over, and he's done a good job of keeping it healed with Spritzy. And, you know, he's finally reaped the fruits of that. I really don't think that this is winnable. Letting Volibee heal and set up in exchange for Stealth Rocks was a mistake. Okay, Fred with the Captain Obvious impression here coming in and letting us know, you know, his expert opinion in LC. Fred, are you 0-3 right now, I think? 0-2, 0-3? Yeah, so, you know. But I'm sure maybe your next week that you play LC, Fred, you'll use a different team for once instead of the same team for the 4th straight week that you keep losing with. So this is moving pretty slowly. I think if he goes ahead and kills Timber here with that Air Slash. I mean, here's the thing. Air Slash is not 100% accuracy. So if at any time he misses an Air Slash, which can certainly happen, I want to say it's 90% accuracy. I'll go ahead and check that. data error slash. That's going to be 95% accuracy. So I mean, he is certainly has a very small and significant chance to get completely fucked here. I don't really know what the holdup is from Goldeneyes. Listen, I definitely went out last night. I had a few drinks after work, and then went out from there. Was kind of throwing in things about timer on my phone. So, I don't want people to think I was being too serious about that. This is a situation where, I mean, I get it. I get pressing the timer. Come on, Goldeneyes. I mean, you've lost this game. This game is over unless you get a 5% chance. There's no need to exacerbate this and delay the inevitable. That being said, I still wouldn't hit the timer just because I would never, ever want to win a game because the timer went down to 0. I mean, it's just, it doesn't feel like a win, So, well, all right. Well, I will, okay. Throw away everything I just said. I guess he just calced that up. My God. I wonder if that's that's banded timber or how that works. Because that just completely stopped that entire sweep in its tracks. And that shows how little I know about LC. That's probably commonplace on Timber for it to run Mach Punch, but and it very well could be Iron Fist too. That's as we'll show here, Data Iron Fist. That is an ability that actually increases punch type attacks. So Sucker Punch does not count, but Mach Punch does. That is absolutely huge for Goldeneyes, and now we've got a 5-4 advantage, and missing his probably most prominent sweeper. Now, I will point out that I don't see a lot on Goldeneyes' team for Mind Fu. Mind Fu has, I don't know why he's not spamming Mind Fu, too, because with Regenerator, Mind Fu is a very easy Pokemon to bring in and get out. Spam Regenerator, chip damage, start chipping away at some of these things that he needs to chip away at. He's deciding to keep Spritzy up, which I like there. I do, and I think, the Eviolite was stolen too, so Spritzy's not going to be as bulky as it usually is. What did Zebra say? Time to work with what's left, yellow card. Yeah, I must have missed whatever here is, I don't know. I don't know what the controversy is over here in the chat, but can the host be yellow card himself? Okay. That's a riveting commentary here from Jovi. I think that in this situation, if you're Senile, you're thinking to yourself, what Pokemon on Goldeneyes' team do I still need to chip away at? I mean, what Pokemon am I not currently with one of mine able to one-hit KO in its current condition? And I think Timber's going to be one of those, especially if it's running Eviolite. That's just a very difficult Pokemon to one-hit KO. Anyone who's played Diamond, Platinum, Pearl and faced a Machamp knows how. I think that's not too uncommon a comparison as far as bulk goes to a Timber or Conkeldurr in their respective metagames. So I think that's one he's going to need to chip away. He's going to go Diglett here on the Wish. Ironhead is going to... Is that... Is it a red card eject button Diglett or something like that? Oh no, I don't know why. I don't know why I was waiting for something else to happen. I had thought that maybe that Wish was still hanging up in the air and it was going to come down on Diglett. He does go to Diglett here. I don't know why. I wonder if he was expecting Goldeneyes to switch to something like Drover. I don't know. Who left? Goldeneyes left. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if Goldeneyes is having a rough time with his internet because he has been taking forever to make his moves here. He's back, though. So we're back on here. Still going. Chat's going crazy. We're going to see the Z Earthquake from Diglett here. It is going to chip Ferroseed quite a bit. Is that going to put him in the range of a Drain Punch? I suppose. This is certainly your time to go to Mind Fu. You know that even Wingull, I think, at 16% is losing to a Drain Punch right now. Or High Jump Kick, whatever you're running. Certainly Pikachu could come into Revenge Mind Fu, but I think that he's going to run up against Onix. It's going to trigger Berry Juice, get him back up to sturdy health. So that's my prediction here. We're going to see Mind Fu. We're going to see Wingull sacked. Or Ferroseed sacked. We're going to see Pikachu come in, then we're going to see Onix come in, take its hit, potentially trigger Berry Juice, go back up to 100%. Boom. That's where we're at. Let's see if we can. Let's see how Nostradamus I can channel today. It is early. I won't give you that. All right. Well, Goldeneyes probably has to disconnect and reconnect another 3-4 times for this next What was next matched? I mean, let's go. There we go. All right, so the Wingull sack, we get the Drain Punch. He goes down. We got Energy Drain. Gets back his rocks damage. We're going to see Pika-Peck on the revenge here, right? Or do we go Timber? Pika-Peck, okay. So I just perfectly predicted half of this. Let's see if we can get the rest of it. I mean, Senile's not leaving Mindfu in to die here. You know, Pika-Peck, even if it's not Scarfed, is 17 speed, so you're at the very least risking a speed tie. Even if you're Scarf Mindfu, Drain Punch isn't going to KO. I think Scarf Mindfu's usually running High Jump Kick anyways, but Drain Punch isn't going to do enough here to where you can stay in and take a Brave Bird, so or whatever. I think Mindfu bounces out to Onyx here. Spritzy's at what? 97%, but without Eviolite, I don't think it's taken very strong. Yes, why are they expecting me to play after this? We have 3 hours till my match. I haven't even started on building my team, so certainly can't play. There's the. Let's fulfill this. He's going to go Bullet Seed. Oh, how about that? And you know what? That illustrates what. First of all, fantastic predict by Goldeneyes there, because he basically predicted everything that I predicted except for. And he goes out and sacks something else here, and then he wins. So this is over. But I think this really well illustrates what Senile was talking about. I mean, you got 2 hits on Bullet Seed, one of which did 38% of Onyx's health, and there goes the missed High Jump Kick. It's over. One of which did 38% of Onyx's health, one did 57%. Those are 2 rolls on the complete opposite end of the roll spectrum there, and it just illustrates, because it would have been interesting. No, Pika-Peck has Skill Link, so I think it really didn't matter, but I do think Berry Juice would have triggered there if that had done 38%, gone back up to full, and then but the 3, 4, 5 would have hit it the rest of the way down. So it did not matter. Very interesting. There goes the High Jump Kick miss. He's going to bounce out to Spritzy here, which will be able to take Timber's hits pretty well. I'm guessing we have a Moonblast on Spritzy, and it actually is a pretty powerful Moonblast. I don't think it's powerful enough to 2-hit KO Pharaoh Seed, though. So he needs to be careful here. Does he wish and risk something from Timber? I don't know. Does Timber get Poison Jab? No, he's going to go Drill Burr. Drill Burr is certainly going to have something that's going to be able to take care of Spritzy here. You could potentially go to Mindfu here, probably get back a chunk of your health from Regen, and then get the Wish and force Goldeneyes to take a High Jump Kick at that point. But that's risky, especially if this is a strong offensive Drill Burr. Trying to see what's going on over here. We've got a room tournament going on in Ruins of Alpha. Oh yeah, make sure you're there for that Gen 1 randoms battle. It's a thrilling generation of Pokemon right there. God, I just don't understand people who can stomach Gen 1 and Gen 2, to be honest with you. But to each their own. Everyone likes their own metagames. There's the Earthquake on Spritzy. It's going to live it. It's going to then trigger, Berry Juice MVP of this match for Goldeneyes, you know? So that's, there's another Earthquake. I think this match is pretty much over. I mean, the last time I called this match being over, it certainly was not over. The Mach Punch came out of nowhere. The Mach Punch heard around the world from Timber to fell his Volibee. So, let's see. So Heckmon's not interested. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure I'm even going to post this. In fact, I think I'm not going to post this. I'm going to listen to it for nostalgia reasons. I'll probably just keep it on my computer, but I'm not going to post this to YouTube because this is just ridiculous. This isn't fun. This isn't entertaining. It's taking way too long. No one wants to watch a 40-minute video on YouTube of one LC match like this and just listen to me blabber the entire time. There's the Iron Head on Mindfu. He's going to get healed back up. We'll see another High Jump Kick here. I mean, I guess if Senile hadn't missed that High Jump Kick on Timber, I don't know that a 2-hit KO. So finally Pharaoh Seed's gone. That is a huge threat to Spritzy, but Spritzy's at 8% now, which means it dies when it comes in. There goes the Brave Bird, and this match is finally, at long last, over. So I think it's time to call it. This has been an interesting experience, certainly. I don't plan on doing it again for LC, but there's my stream of consciousness as I'm watching this match. Senile goes down. Goldeneyes picks up the win. I have no idea how these two relate to their respective PSL teams. Let's see where we're at there. Senile goal. It's the Goons B team. So Goons pick up their fourth. They're guaranteed at least a tie this week. The B team falls behind, and they're going to need Predakiller and Lazaro to come through for them. Where else are we in the league? We've got Black Beatles and Roy Rogers Inc. knotted up. No, that's not true because Moises won this morning, which actually means we've got a 3-2 advantage right now. Arguably our two strongest players still remaining. I like our chances. Further down the lines, Shooting Seniles 3, Tenacious Tentacruels 1. However, Forfeit has won this morning, which puts it at 3-2. I believe we're still waiting on Sparky and Matthew MLG, both of which I bet on, and both of which I would consider the favorites. And then you've got Elkren's Krillin coming up today or tomorrow. In the last match, we've got a heavily contested, highly salty matchup between the One Punch Ape and Ruthless Ratatas, in which One Punch Ape has taken the win. It was a pretty dominating performance, but R66 and Enchanteur, sorry, thanks for playing. The rest of your team let you down. So that's my podcast for now. I may still end up doing a DPP match later. I haven't decided yet. But again, I don't know if I'm going to post this. If you do see this, it'll probably be in the future, maybe after the season or during a mid-season break or something when I'm bored. But anyways, hope you enjoyed listening. If you really made it this far in the video, man, you need to get a life. What are you doing listening to 40 minutes of this shit? But anyways, this is Gun Thug. I'll see y'all later.